So I've been looking around the internet for videos about pets and like people who don't like pets or question the whole concept of an animal being a pet. And most of the videos I see are like, I hate dogs, or I hate pets, or I hate cats. But I haven't really found many that actually break down what a pet is. And some of them actually do for like caged animals or for like fish in a fish bowl, but they don't necessarily get to the essential essence of what it is for an animal to be a pet. So a few of the things that make an animal a pet are, one, being neutered or spayed or castrated, in some way taking away the animal's ability to reproduce and taking away their sexuality. So there's also, along with that comes an infantilization. So the animal is made into an infantilized version of what it would be if it were free in the wild. And then it becomes dependent upon humans in order to live. So it might, obviously the human then has to feed this animal, has to keep it warm, safe, and has to navigate its interaction with society, especially if it's a dog. Most of the other pets like stay at home. So then they're even more kind of insulated and trapped and kept out of like the natural world, the fresh air, nature, having freedom to run around, etc. And then in the case of dogs, there's like this interface, this tension between the freedom for the dog to run around and then like society's needs to not have dogs running around, or not have dogs biting people, or not have dogs attacking people, or not have dogs intruding upon people's personal space or causing allergies or whatever other things happen when dogs aren't quote unquote properly trained or put on a leash or kept in behavioral patterns that are more comfortable for human society. And of course there's like a huge range of what people like, don't like, accept, don't accept. But like in human society, we have some basic parameters, like we don't just jump on each other, we don't attack each other, we don't bite each other, we don't get in someone's space without their permission. So then it's like if you own a dog, you're responsible for making sure your dog is also basically abiding by those rules. Now, of course, some dog owners don't do that. Some dog owners just let their dogs run off leash in areas where they're supposed to be on leash and so forth. But the main point is that it's like a no-win situation. There's no way to have a pet and both honor that being and be respectful to human society. So my opinion is animals should be free, and that having a pet or subscribing to pethood, celebrating pethood, is a form of codependence, control over other beings that should be sovereign, and it's just bad karma. It is bad karma because you are entrapping an animal against its will, and you're keeping it from having the kind of freedom that it should have, that it inherently wants. Because like any animal that doesn't want to be free and running in the fresh air, it's only because it's been so suppressed that it no longer even has its healthy instincts. Like some cats might seem like they just want to sit in a ball in the sun, in a sunbeam indoors all day, but that's because they've been so heavily medicalized, their reproductive capacities taken away. They've been given drugs. Like that's the other thing, is a lot of animals are given psych meds in order to be able to behave quote unquote well in human society, meaning not disturb us too much or not like do things that will interfere. So it's like people want to have the pet so they can cuddle with this pet, they can think the pet loves them, they can pretend this pet unconditionally loves me, when the pet is only loving them because it has no other choice. It's trapped there. And yes, beings do want to experience love and connection. So it's like if this animal has nothing else to engage with, yes, it will quote unquote unconditionally love the person that it's living with. But that's not like the animal's sovereign choice. It's not real unconditional love. It's just kind of enslavement, basically. So I know this is super unpopular opinion, and all the videos talking about disliking pets always say, I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I think it's really important to think about the karma of pet ownership. Really important. And also, like, what are you projecting onto this pet? Like, what are your unresolved issues that are causing you to outsource your needs to an infantilized, domesticated, entrapped animal?